Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yemini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God. This week's Parsha Perspective is sponsored in memory of Shlomo ben Edward. May his soul be uplifted and his memory a blessing. This week is a double Torah portion, Parshas Acharei Mos and Kedoshim. Our Parshas begin immediately following the death of Aaron's two sons, Nadav and Avihu. Hashem then commands Moshe to tell his brother Aaron and his two remaining sons not to go into the Parshas Kedoshim, the Holies of Holies, at will, for lest they share the same consequences as their brother or son, Nadav and Avihu. Only Aaron is able to enter the Parshas Kedoshim, the Holies of Holies, on the holiest day of the year, Yom Kippur. The Torah also details the service of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur, which includes the offering of kataris in the Parshas Kedoshim and the casting of the lots for the fate of the two goats, one for God and one for Azazel. The next portion begins with the statement, Kedoshim tiyu, ki kadesh ani Hashem Elokeichem. You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. This declaration is followed by the commandment of many mitzvahs, including the mitzvah of tzedakah, charity, Shabbos, morality, honesty in business, honor and awe of one's parents, and the sacredness of life. We also have the commandment v'yahavta l'recha kamecha, to love your fellow as yourself, which according to Rabbi Akiva is a cardinal principle of the Torah, and as the great Hillel said, this commandment is the entire Torah, and the rest is just commentary. However, a question comes to mind. The third pasuk of Parshas Kedoshim states, Ish imei va'aviv tira'u ve'esh Shabbosai tishmeru ani Hashem Elokeichem. Every man shall fear his mother and his father, and you shall guard my Shabbos. I am the Lord your God. As we know, nothing in the Torah is by chance. So what is the connection between fearing one's parents and the keeping of the Shabbos? Why are these specific mitzvahs put together? Rashi on that pasuk explains that the reason they are placed together is the same reason they are stated side by side in the Aseret HaDibros, the Ten Commandments, for they are the fourth and fifth commandment. For it teaches us that if a person is told by their parents to violate the Shabbos or defy any mitzvah in the Torah, they are not to follow through, since there is a higher authority which is above all that we listen to and obey. And this is why the pasuk ends off, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am the Lord your God. However, the Lubavitcher Rebbe gives a deeper and more powerful explanation. He explains that the reason they are placed right after each other is to teach us how to fulfill the first mitzvah of the Parsha, Kedoshim tiyu, to be holy. The word Kadosh in Hebrew is usually translated as holiness. However, the actual translation is separation and distinctiveness. Hashem is telling the Jewish people that although we are part of this physical world, we must differentiate ourselves. This applies not only to our spiritual life, but rather to our physical lives as well. The Lubavitcher Rebbe continues that the way to achieve this unique identity is to start from the beginning, at home. For it is the parents who have the power and ability to instill in their children a feeling of distinctiveness and a sense of Jewish pride. So when they grow older, the belief in Hashem that their parents have imparted to them gives them the capability to realize the true master of the universe, God Himself. This in turn will help us keep the commandments that we only perform because God told us to do so, like the mitzvah of Shabbos. In our daily life, and especially during these crazy times, it is imperative that we be aware of how we can affect and influence others. For what we say, do, or even think can have immense impact on others and particularly on our youth. Therefore, we must think before we speak and twice before we act, because it can never be taken back. There's an amazing quote I once heard. Everyone influences others. Whether it is for the good or for the opposite, it is only up to you. May Hashem continue to give us all much health during this crazy time and heal all those affected. Have a great weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.